The saying, win with your favorites, has always been a big debate in Pokemon, typically between the VGC players and the casuals. The thing with VGC is that some Pokemon are just objectively better than others. For example, Houndoom, which I know I just made a video on, is good, but that was only for Series 2, not Regulation C. But why did it change? It changed because Houndoom got outclassed by Chi-Yu. There's no reason to use Houndoom over Chi-Yu. But on the other side, Pokemon like Dragapult, which is known to be good, is barely used. So why is that? Before I start, I want you guys to look at this. This is all the unique Pokemon that won each major tournament in Pokemon so far. If you look closely, you may notice something about a lot of these Pokemon. In San Diego, it was Mimikyu and Tauros. In Orlando, it was Screamtail. In Knoxville, it was Arcanine. In Vancouver, it was Dragonite. In Charlotte, it was Gothitelle. And in Fort Wayne, it was Dragapult. Now, you may have noticed that Mimikyu, Arcanine, Dragonite, and Gothitelle aren't rare picks. Actually, I think I forgot a word. They aren't rare picks anymore, because after the winners showed everyone that these Pokemon could be good, people started trying to use them. Then they became popular. If this guess is correct, Dragapult and Qianpao paired together might start rising in usage as well. So yes, top players brought these highly unusual picks to tournaments, but are these Pokemon actually better than the others? Well, that's a tough question to answer. On paper, they aren't. Let's look at the infamous Pachirisu that Sage Park used to win Worlds in 2014. Taking a look at it on paper, compared to its mega partner, Gyarados, is no question why Pachirisu isn't popular. Its stats suck, but for some reason, Sagen used it anyway. Why? Well, Pachirisu used a move called Follow Me, which redirected the opponent's attacks to the user. This meant that he could turn his biggest weakness into his biggest strength. Mega Gyarados wasn't popular because of the common Zapdos and Ludicolo pairing, but if you could somehow survive a couple hits, then maybe you could take them down. So what did Sagen do? He looked at the move Follow Me. He noticed that Pachirisu got the move, and that it matched up well into Zapdos, so he used it to cover Mega Gyarados. In this case, this Pachirisu was a huge part of Sagen's team. Since Amoonguss was the main redirector, nobody really gave Pachirisu any thought. So yes, in this case, unusual picks are better. Unique Pokemon can be better in the right circumstances. Now how do you know? Usually, people think unique Pokemon are worse because nobody uses them, when in reality, usage doesn't really mean anything. If your team is struggling with Fluttermane, put on a Pokemon like Kingambit, who kills it with Sucker Punch, and can live many hits from it just in case it has Sash. But Kingambit isn't unique, and that's okay. But if you find that you need to keep your main damage dealer alive, and that Amoonguss is too slow, you might look into a Pokemon who has Heal Pulse. One of the fastest is Lucario, but Clawitzer has an ability called Mega Launcher, which increases the power of Pulse moves, which means that Heal Pulse heals more. Now, you could build a Trick Room team around Clawitzer, but you may be thinking, why not just use Amoonguss? Because Amoonguss only heals half of your health with a Pollen Puff, while Clawitzer heals 75%. And there you go, you got a unique Pokemon on your Trick Room team. But be careful, don't slot in a unique Pokemon just because it's unique. Make sure it fits. Thank you all for watching.